All right, first we're going to talk about the Spain game. So if you look at this screenshot, U.S. does not have any lanes to pass to. That's the biggest thing. France is going to play very much the same way. Look at this. They have 9 back, and they're cutting off all options. All their options are lateral. So they made it really difficult, and we had a lot of trouble. This is how they started the game, and it's really how they finished the game. And that's why, both of their scores came off of PKs. When they did get the ball, they got it in the corner. They got it really high on the flank, and they challenged Tobin Heath to get in line, and they said, we're going to sprint to the ball. And they didn't get it. And then finally, Spain had all kinds of space. Look at these passing lanes that they have. It's just wide open, and that's the way they're going to play. So it's going to probably be the same lineup that they had. The only difference may be, what is Ertz going to do? Is Rose Lavelle going to play? All right, so now let's look at the France game from January. Malpew makes a bad pass, gets it to Diani. Everyone knows about Diani now. She's an incredible forward, quickly rising as one of the best forwards in the world. And Cascarino just outraces Emily Fox. Now, this is going to be Crystal Dunn. Similar speed, but, Diani, it doesn't matter. You get in line. They're so good getting to the net. When they're in the box, they have a runner going front post, a runner going back post, and a runner staying high every single time. And we're not very good. Julie Ertz is still a center back in her mind. So she gets down low and she leaves her man sometimes. And it happened versus Spain. So that's something to watch for. We also have to watch for Becky Sauerbrunn getting a little bit too high. Now, this is how we're going to have to score. We're going to have to play the flank game and go against Tarrant. So Tarrant is not the greatest 1v1. But then again, Rapinoe got neutralized last game by Spain as well, and so did Tobin Heath by 2 players who are good, but they're not as good as Marjorie and Tarrant. So we need to watch those matchups. But that's how they're going to score, because Abby Dahlkemper can send balls like this, and when they get balls in like that, Tobin Heath's going to go. Tobin Heath's going to get in line. She's going to make this cross, and that's going to be a chance on goal. Malpew will get there, but she's just not there yet. And when they get chances like this, they get back into the box. They got to find open players, and those players have to send it back into the box to get good shots on goal. They're not going to give up anything, and they're not going to tackle hard. They're not going to, really attack them. They're going to play the position game, and it's going to be tough for them. All right, now this is Diani again fighting with Becky, winning this ball. Becky stays in front. Becky knows she wants to get in line. They do a good job protecting the box there. Diani probably should have pulled it out, and maybe she will. Maybe she's grown in the last 6 months, and maybe she will pull it out this time. But Becky's going to get really high here. Becky cannot play like Becky if they want to win. She can't get really high like this because she's going to give up counterattacks like this. Emily Fox was told to get high and get inside. She was playing almost like a mid. She was playing like an inverted wing, kind of like Pep has his players play. And I don't think that's going to happen with Crystal. I think she's going to stay out wide. She's going to stay down low. I think Kelly's going to have more of a green light. But look, France gets wide. Another thing we need to be concerned about is Renard. Renard has a green light in the final third, and she's really comfortable with her feet. She can play with the ball, man. She can play, son, and she will. And then counterattack-wise, they're so responsible. They're not going to be fools. Look at that. They're just saying run into us, There's not going to be any breaks at all. They're going to really catch that counterattack really easily. No counter there, no counter live. The counter's just not going to be on against them this game. So those easy goals that they've been getting on counters just isn't going to happen anymore. Again, getting those balls out wide to Tobin. Tobin's going to be able to do something with those. Passing around, Alex is not going to have an easy time against Mbach and Renard. They're 2 of the best center backs in the world. They're just not going to have those opportunities. They got to get it wide. They got to get runners on. Rapinoe's going to have to race for some balls. Dahlkemper, the best entry player in the U.S., and those balls aren't going to work against Renard. Renard's going to win those balls every single time. No one cares about the Nat score, sorry. But Renard's going to win those every single time. They got to play those balls through on the ground, and she's got to take multiple touches and do something with them. If we get balls out here, again, we saw against Spain what they can do with them. Nothing. So they got to get balls in deep. I know that's their game, to get it wide to the flanks, but the flanks, they just don't have enough options. The midfielders don't go with the flow. They kind of stay wide. So, I mean, they don't have the options like most other teams have that play a possession game. I think one big thing that they're going to have to do is think about putting in Carly Lloyd if Alex Morgan is not being effective as a forward. And here's why. When they get this ball in, Alex does not body up. She tries to get that ball on her feet and just tries to play around players. They're just too good for that. The center backs are too good. Their back line is just too good. They can't do that. And another thing, they play well in the box, man. Les Omer, Diani, Renard, obviously, are all very good in the box. I mean, some of the best players in the world in the box, if not the best player in Renard. So they're going to have to be careful in those corners and set pieces. They can't give them up. They really can't. So that might mean that their backs stay back. Their outside backs stay back a little more so they can keep the ball in front of them, which is dangerous because that's how they get wide sometimes. That's how they create overloads. Another thing, Buhati, they're going to have to play Buhati and have to pressure her so she can kick the ball out like this and give them chances on those short short counters, I guess you can call them. They're going to have to play the ball back to her. Another thing, Becky likes to get high. She likes to get into that no man's zone and play the ball with options and play the ball forward or backwards. They got to be dangerous. They got to be careful because those counterattacks are going to be open. This is a good play to get wide. Alex got to put her dome on that. She got to put her head on it, get the ball in the back of the net. She's got to be Abby Wambach this World Cup because she's gone. Now Becky plays forward, doesn't get back in time. They get the ball back, and the through ball is always on, especially to Diani, and this is why she's going to be playing tomorrow and starting. She's unreal. She's ridiculous. I mean, no, most players don't make that. Most players don't even take that shot, and most players can't get past two center backs to get to that ball, but through ball is always on with France on a short field like that. Playing around the back. Watch this pressure. So they allow this pressure to come, and here's what it does. Creates that passing lane. Because we're only playing three in the middle, we don't have a wide player. They sneak that outside back up, create that overload on one side, and then they get down the line. And that's how possession teams like to play. They can do that because their midfielders, come across midline. Ours don't, so we don't have those options on a lot of times unless Alex Morgan gets into play, and then we lose a forward. See Alex here, we lose a forward, but Crystal Dunn's playing, so she can get into that space. But we're not going to have Crystal Dunn in the midfield tomorrow, and I doubt we're going to have them getting wide just because it's too much of a liability. That word, liability. So they need to stay back. Becky Sauerbrunn, again, she can't get high if we have our outside backs, playing so high. So I don't know. They just can't do it. Now they get the ball through, get it around, get that through ball. Again, Crystal Dunn, boom. If she can't get to that ball, who else in the world is going to get to that ball? I mean, they're playing so deep in their own zone. They're not giving a lot of space in behind. Those balls over the top aren't working because they're so deep. Look how much respect they're giving them. Bernard just steps out of line and creates that passing lane, but Bahati is right there to take it out. Here's a good tackle by Becky, being pretty aggressive. I don't know what's going to happen here. All right. Again, Becky comes through, lets this ball get through, just takes a bad touch. I mean, they got to be careful. Again, Becky has to be the best player on the field tomorrow. She has to be. They're going to attack her. They're going to attack that left side all day. That's what they did in this game. Notice all the offense is coming from that left side. That's on purpose, right? That's on purpose. I guess you can say right side, whatever, the left side of our defense. That's on purpose. They're attacking Tanner Davidson. Tanner Davidson played really well when she came in. Emily Fox struggled a little bit, but Becky didn't give her much help. I mean, it's tough. And Becky again there. Lets that go through. Abby gets this ball across. This is a goal most times. Les Omer is one of the best forwards in the world. Again, a lot of bests on this team, obviously. One of the best forwards in the world. She gets her foot on this, just mishits it a little bit. Perfect ball. Perfect ball. Crystal Dunn getting back. She's responsible. She can do that. Woo! Just missed it. Just missed it. I mean, they're gonna struggle against them. They're gonna attack that left side. They're not gonna give them any breaks. Here we go. Here's a goal. Turnover. They just have trouble getting back. Again, they have athletes. This isn't Matoto's not even gonna play tomorrow. I say he's gonna play. So, or sorry, Katoto. What's her name? Katoto? Katoto's not gonna play tomorrow, guaranteed. Acai's gonna play. Diani's gonna play. Los Omera's gonna play. They're gonna be the three forwards, most likely. And then we got some passing going on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Again, this is some pretty good passing. This is how they creep up. A lot of running by that midfielder, right? One midfielder had to do everything, and then that final pass just wasn't good enough. That's gotta be defeat. Again, this isn't January. This is before we're out of form. This is before our season started. So I wouldn't be too concerned about how they looked offensively in this. I'm really concerned about the organization getting forward. There's just no organization getting forward. I'm really concerned about the defensive back line. Again, Emily Sonnet wasn't even in these videos. They didn't attack Emily Sonnet, right? Kelly O'Hara is going to face the same thing. She's not going to get attacked. It's going to be Crystal Dunn, and it's going to be Becky Sauerbrunn. They're going to have to stand up, and they're going to have to stand on their heads if they want to stop this French team. I don't know. I think they can do it. They got to play their game. They got to get wide. They got to get in line. And the U.S. has to get crosses into the box. I don't think their midfielders are going to do very much. They're not going to be very effective against France. They're too responsible in the middle of the field, especially when they get into the final third. They're way too responsible. And then getting forward, they're going to have to get numbers back. So I think they may have to play Julie Ertz, Sam Ewis, and Lindsey Horan. I don't know. Rose Lavelle had her best game last week, but I just don't think that there's room for her unless Julie Ertz plays in the back line. If Julie Ertz plays in the back line, that could change everything. I think they could win if Julie Ertz is at center back and Rose Lavelle's in the middle of the pitch. If Rose Lavelle's in the middle of the pitch, then they can have a chance. But I just don't think Jill Ellis has the balls to do it. Yeah, I said it.